Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Not Live from the Cloudy Sky Fantasy Football Show, and for the second consecutive week I have the good fortune to still be away on holiday. If you notice any movement of me or the background, it is because I'm currently sailing from the Whitsunday Islands down to Newcastle, which is Queensland, down to New South Wales, and we are at sea and it's a little bit rough. Not too bad, a little bit rough. So, going to go through very similar to what we did last week, have a look through the team and the bits and pieces on the FF Stuff site. But first of all, some news from Mike at FF Stuff. He's been doing some work in the background and we have managed to get some updated live transfer counts for the top 100. So the top 100 have 25.5 transfers left. The top 50 have 24.7, and the top 10 is 24.2. So all in all, an average of 15 or so transfers used by everybody, which with 2 games I think to go until halfway through is pretty good. So looks like we're going to get some good scores in the first season of Cloud Fantasy Football. So without further ado, onto my team, and that's definitely not one of those that's going to be near the top of the leaderboard on current form. Let's have a look and see who we had this week. So no transfers made at all. So Muric in goal, 5 points. At the back, had Robinson, who was a captain. I think he had a couple of assists. We'll check on the match centres shortly. He was captain on Saturday, I think, Liverpool v Fulham. Yeah. Van Heck with 5, no clean sheet again for Brighton. Van Dijk 4, no clean sheet again for Liverpool. Gavardio with 9, he came in last week for Romero. 9 points there with a goal. Cole Palmer and Bukayo Saka, both only 3 points. Bowen, he was 3 points but doubled up to 6 as captain on Monday night. And up front, Mo Salah with 5, Pedro on 2. It's been a bit underwhelming to say the least. And Jackson was captain, that must have been Sunday, for 20 with his goal. So let's have a look at the leaderboard. So still at the top is Melvin Poole, 1,527. That's a reasonable lead there, Melvin. 28-point lead. He had 70 for the week. Dean Hicks, long-time Sky renowned player, nearly 1,500 points, 1,499, 78 for the week. Shane White, 1,497, 88 for the week. And then rounding out the top 10, Barry Morrison, Ben Lee of Dream Team Tonic fame, John Kerr, Tony Richardson, previous leader Duncan Bailey, Mark Hawkes and Ben Parkin. And notice there James Linden, otherwise known as Planet FPL, hanging around in 11th place. He had 77 for the week with his Ledley Kings Sky FF team. So let's have a look for the game week itself. So high score of the week was 110, Jake Jackman. Chris Smith, 106, alongside John Cornley and Brian McCauley. Then the rest of the top 10, the randomizer, Simon Barker, William Bonner, Elliot Mann, Cade Dickinson and Tony Woodrow, alongside Owen Johnson. So let's have a look at the match centres and see how all of this point scoring occurred. Flip this back to the previous week, which I think was at 15. Yeah. So here we go. First game was Arsenal 0, Everton 0. So in the tier 3s, Gabriel and Saliba for Arsenal with 92 and 104 passes each. So they top scored with 11 and 10. For Everton, Pickford with 5 saves for a tier 3. Young who's been consistently good in this game with 7 tackles for tier 3 and Ndai with 5 tackles for tier 3. Obviously no goals, no assists, and a 0-0 draw. Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. So the tier 3s were Van Dijk with passes and Gakpo with shots. Not a shot on target for Salah, but he did assist one of the goals. Another assist for Nunez. Goal scorers were Gakpo and Jota. For Fulham, Robinson. So 5 tackles, 1. He was the only one there with tier 3 and 2 assists. Goal scorers were Pereira and Muniz. Newcastle 4, Leicester 0. So tier 3s for Lewis Hall on the passing and Isak on the shots. Assists for Lewis Hall, Gordon and Isak, with goal scorers Bruno Guimaraes, Isak and Murphy with 2. So those that brought in Isak for the Newcastle West Ham single game day a couple of Mondays back, they got their reward, 13 points that day. For Leicester, Christensen and El Kanous in the tier 3 tackles. Wolves 1, Ipswich 2. For Wolves, Cunha with 3 shots for tier 3, and he scored the goal, assisted by Guedes off the bench. News from Cunha, he might be getting a retrospective ban. I saw a couple of clips online. They had his hand in somebody's face and took the glasses off or something. I've not heard anything since, so whether he's going to get a ban or not, I don't know. If he does, these kind of things seem to be quite lengthy, so owners might be after a replacement. For Ipswich, Muric with his customary saves, he had tier 3, and that was it. The goal scorers were Taylor and an own goal from Doherty, assisted by Chaplin and Clark. Nottingham Forest 2, Aston Villa 1. For Nottingham Forest, 7 tackles for tier 3 from Anderson. Goal scorers were Milenkovic and Elanga. Assists from Anderson and Gibbs-White. For Aston Villa, no tier 3s at all. Sean Duran off the bench. No, he started the game with his goal, which was assisted by McGinn. Brighton 1, Crystal Palace 3. So tier 3s for Brighton, in the passes for Dunk and Van Heck. Goal scorer, none for them. It was a Guehi own goal, unassisted. And for Crystal Palace, in the tackles, we had Hughes and Eze, both at tier 3. Henderson with saves and Sarr with shots. And the goal scorers were Sarr with 2, Shalabar with 1. Assist from Mitchell, Sarr and Nketiah. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. For Manchester City, nobody in tier 3s at all. Goal scorer was Gvardiol. Looks like it was unassisted. And for Manchester United, tier 3s was Mazraoui with the tackles. Goal scorers were Bruno Fernandes with a penalty and Diallo. Assist for Martinez. Then Chelsea 2, Brentford 1. These were later games on Sunday, 2 of them due to away European travel the previous week. So for Chelsea, nobody in tier 3s. Goal scorers were Cucurella and Jackson. Cucurella was later sent off and assisted by Madueke and Fernandes. For Brentford, Flecken, again 6 saves for tier 3, and their goal scorers and Bumo, assisted by Sharda. Southampton 0, Tottenham 5, and this was just 5-0 at half time. And then nothing much happened in the second half from what I'm led to believe. No surprise that no Southampton players got any tiers, or tier 3s anyway. For Tottenham, Gray and Dragusin with tier 3 passes. Sung Hong Min with tier 3 shots. And the goal scorers were Madison 2, Son, Kulusevski and Sarr. And then the Monday night game was Bournemouth 1, West Ham 1. No tier 3s for Bournemouth. Goal scorer was a late equaliser from Unal. And for West Ham, Fabianski in the saves. 8 saves for tier 3. And the goal scorer was Paquetá from the penalty spot. So let's have a look at some points. So top point scorer overall is still Mo Salah with 147. Cole Palmer second, 135. Erling Haaland third, 130. Then a bit of a drop off there to Saka, followed by Mbeumo, Jackson, Van Dijk, Saliba, Cunha, Wood, Fernandes, Maddison, Gvardiol, Watkins, Bowen, Isak, Iwobi, Gabriel, Andre Onana and Wissa. And we'll have a look at the bonus points. So Ruben Diaz at the top, 34. Saliba and Kovacic with 33. Romero and Haaland 32. Van Heck, Flecken and Van Dijk 31. Then the rest between 30 and 26 are Gvardiol, Bednarak, Mazraoui, Partey, Munoz, Harwood Bellis, João Gomez of Wolves, Lisandro Martinez, Muric, Caicedo, Bruno Fernandes and Mo Salah. And we'll have a look at a bit of ownership. So top owned player overall now is Cole Palmer. Nearly 3/4 of the game have him. Mo Salah with 3 out of 5 owners. Bukayo Saka's getting up that way with 57 now. Erling Haaland down to just over 50, 53. And then a bit of a drop back there to Smith Rowe, 37. Jared Bowen, 37. Saliba, 36. Dean Henderson, I think that 36 is going to stay there all season. Van Heck, 34. Gabriel, 31. And a bit further down, Isak, 26. Gvardiol, 23. And Mbeumo, 21. Solanke, 20. Jackson, 20. Christian Romero, still in 18%. I think he got a few weeks of a ban, of an injury. So those with Romero might be wanting to look elsewhere. Bruno Fernandes, 16. Van Dijk, 15. Pedro Porro, 15. He was fortunate off the bench, I think. Came on 28th minute, so we would have got a clean sheet in the game against Southampton. And then Bruno G rounding things out of the top 20 there on 15%. So let's have a look at the fixture grid for this week. So it's basically a double game week in reverse. So find this on the match center. It's easy to go through, I think. Match centers. Okay, so first up is Aston Villa against Manchester City. TNT 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. I can see Villa turning Manchester City over on a current run rate. Neither have played this week, I don't think, have they? No, both were out of the League Cup already. Yeah, I think Villa can turn them over. Maybe Duran to get the winner. Wonder if he'll start again. Be interesting to see. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Villa win. Brentford v Nottingham Forest. Brentford have been very, very good at home. Forest have been generally improving. I think, again, it could be another 2-1 Brentford home win. Ipswich v Newcastle. Now, Newcastle have been on the up of late. Absolutely demolished Leicester last week. Beat Brentford in the League Cup this week. Can they improve their away form? I think visiting Ipswich is probably one way to do it. I'll go for a win, 1-2. West Ham v Brighton. I think I'm probably doing these in the wrong order, but we'll carry on now. We've started. So West Ham v Brighton, I think it'll be quite high scoring. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Crystal Palace v Arsenal. I think Arsenal will be too much for Palace. Palace have improved, but Arsenal, they've got enough. They're keeping clean sheets again now. They won 3-2 in the League Cup with a weakened side this week. Full strength side again. And Palace were fairly strong in the League Cup this week. So I'm going for Arsenal to win, but I think it'll be quite tight. I'll go 1-0. Everton v Chelsea. I think Everton like to keep things tight, but Chelsea are very much on the up, and I think they'll probably win at Everton. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win there, I think. Fulham v Southampton. Fulham have improved as well. Southampton certainly haven't. New manager bounce. I don't think they've got a manager yet, so can you have a new manager bounce without a manager? I don't think they'll get one anyway. I'm going to go for Fulham to win 2-0. Leicester against Wolves. Wolves have got a new manager on his way. Whether he's going to be in the stands for this game, I don't know. This is tricky. Two pretty ropey sides, to be honest. Maybe a 1-1. One deflected in off somebody's backside and an own goal. Manchester United v Bournemouth. Well, Manchester United have been Jekyll and Hyde this week, beating Manchester City in the league and then getting absolutely walloped by Tottenham in the League Cup. Bournemouth are reasonably good. Will Manchester United have enough at home? Possibly. I'll go for a 2-1 home win. And then Spurs v Liverpool. I won't get to see this, unfortunately, but it should be a good game. Quite attacking. Could be lots of goals in this. I'll go for Liverpool to sneak it 3-2. And then following these games will be the Boxing Day fixtures. And there's 2 games played on the Friday, I think, followed by another set of fixtures over the weekend in between Christmas and New Year. There's Sunday, Monday, and even a game on Wednesday on New Year. And I will probably be back after that because I'm travelling still over the Christmas period. So for those that have liked what they've seen, please give the video a like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. If you want to use the transfer planners, you can find us over on Patreon, Cloudy Sky Fantasy Football Show. Other than that, just remains for me to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a points-laden New Year in 2025. And enjoy the weekend, enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your New Year, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. All right then, cheers everybody, bye for now.